Maverick News presents The Rick Walker Show. Defrag your mind.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Rick Walker. Welcome back to the Maverick News channel. It's going to be an interesting program tonight. We have protests and protests and protests, all kinds of anti-Trudeau protests. We have Hamas protests, Palestinian protests, communist protesting. We have freedom protesters. We have Axe the Tax protests. The country is in protest mode. We have Pastor Arthur Pavlovsky speaking at one of these protests, and we're going to bring you up to date on all of that. We have cops back in Alberta greeting or confronting or standing in front of protesters, and protesters staring right back at them. While all that's going on, we have a lot of people worried about this upcoming eclipse, other people getting ready to celebrate it, and Ontario's energy minister is saying that as a result of the eclipse on Monday, they'll lose a massive amount of power in the energy grid, which is further fueling concerns among a lot of people about what might actually happen on the 8th. So we've got all that, plus giant protests in Tel Aviv, where people are demanding the immediate resignation of Benjamin Netanyahu. And if we have time, we'll go to the phones so you guys can weigh in on this conversation as well. It's going to be a protest night of sorts. Just lots of people upset about a lot of things, a lot of instability out there. Stay with me. We'll be right back.
Maverick News. The world is watching.
Okay, so we'll take you first of all out to Alberta Highway 1, Trans-Canada Highway, where Highway 22 connects, where you can go on to Highway 22. Police have returned. You may recall a few days ago, the cops came out, they stood in the ditch. It was on day 2 of the Axe the Tax carbon tax freedom protest. And there had been some disruptions in one lane of the highway. The first day, second day, the cops came, stood in the ditch, made it clear to the protesters they were not to go back on that highway. And then they left at the end of the day, didn't stop the protest. Liaison officers speaking to the protesters explained the situation. And then yesterday, no cops. Today, just recently, just a short time ago, they've arrived back on the scene, and we'll take you out there now and show you what's going on. This is Gordon Barry's feed. This is Trudeau's Canada today.
What the fuck? Move your fucking vehicle. We're not fucking ready. You are on the dirt. Holy fuck! Huh? Grab the flag. I hope you guys can go home and sleep at night. This is ridiculous.
You should be on touch.
You're taking us all in?
Druggies, selling opium.
It's always this shit. Good one. Mischief. You guys are parrots. Repeat anything you hear. What? We're not.
This is where you guys are allowed to protest. So just
I'm allowed to protest anywhere.
you can't tell us where to protest. That's fine if you're going that way, but don't talk about it.
Oh, you guys are. Look at your partner across the road.
Hey, you guys on each side, please, not in the middle.
Okay, and then after that, you guys can just like honestly, just fuck off.
Who I listen to? That's not your kid. You fucking thing. I have kids and I do
You just said you don't.
Well, you protect your kids.
So fuck off.
You don't have authority here.
Fuck off.
Goodbye. You do not have authority. You just said it yourself. Goodbye. You don't have authority here.
Don't. Private property.
Pick up that woman's flag.
It's private property. Flag.
And leave.
You're gonna let a flag go in the dirt?
I arrested 70-year-old women.
Thank you. Someone got respect. Appreciate that. Oh, nice gesture.
I demanded it 3 times.
We're off the road. Goodbye. Quit encroaching. Quit encroaching. You don't have authority here.
Okay, you don't need more. You guys need to get leaving, not getting more.
Sick.
Leave now.
You're sick.
You don't have authority here.
Wow.
We're looking out for you guys too. And you children, you're like paying your money to the government.
We're not on the road. Fuck off. We're on the property. Fuck off.
Wait a second. Able to give you clarification. Wait a second.
That's my property.
A little old lady.
Wow.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Well, no, because they should be standing there and she's like, yes, his name is Goose. Kind of her fault.
Okay.
Say hi. Literally, but it's say hi. You say hi? You told me you're like a sister lady.
That was so cute.
Did you beat her up? Hey, or is that back at the cell? Fucking gang. Where's fucking gang ever?
Okay, enough's enough. Now you guys get off the road, leave. Go.
Election time.
Shoot.
Coming soon.
Goodbye.
Shoo.
Defund the RCP. Goodbye.
They're going to go over in. Go home now.
Send anything?
Yeah, I hope you guys will sleep tonight.
I just need to write that a little better.
How do you do? Yeah, we're
Where we were.
really a threat to the public.
I don't know. Probably most Republican agrees with what we're doing. They really true. No. Like Ontario, give the criminal your key.
Every vehicle is running. Wow. And who's the one stopping traffic? It sure ain't the protester.
No? Way to go, boys.
How nutty you got? Let's go word. Take right down after 6 months of use, like your fire truck. More ladies you got. Oh, I thought you hated it. I was looking all over for it. I thought, that's scary. So many branches. Look.
Right now.
There.
Got anything else?
Where's your lunch?
It's intimidation. It just makes sense. Turn it back so you can get it. Encumber traffic along. Clear it.
What'd you do today?
Well, you guys scared to do that?
I think they're redirecting traffic.
They are again, yeah.
Well, it's the end of the line from the next week. They're all going to be public. All times. Hey, guys, let's go. We have the line. Everybody over here.
Why are you coming at us? We did what you told us to do.
Leave. You're dismissed. Go home.
We did what you told us to do. Goodbye.
Stand down.
You
Guys,
know, you're just
assembling your
hard.
line right
I just wish I could understand.
We just have to move this way and
We are
now.
numbers.
So it looks like the cops are rerouting traffic around the way they would if there was an accident in that area. They did that on
Freedom fighter, puppy dog.
the first day as well
Just like everybody else.
for a while.
Hitler's henchman, I guess, eh?
Are you still here?
Ole!
Will somebody please tell us why you're still here for doing what you told us to do?
Oh, they're trying to push their muscles, Miranda. They're tough guys.
What? Right?
So if I come
Who's puppy? Oh, he's okay. He's got him.
Fucking tough guys.
can I
They're living on their knees. They're happy to live on their knees. Hey, happy to be on your fucking knees.
to get behind the line, we did that. What more is it to do?
Oh, don't ask her. She doesn't know shit.
She don't know shit.
She won't even,
Right click.
she won't even identify herself.
Hey, you look deteriorated. Safety first, I guess.
Well, I just arrested a 7-year-old lady. Right?
We got arrested.
7-year-old woman.
They really taking that lady to the slammers? Or are they going to let her out?
I don't know. They didn't let her out yet, eh?
No, she's still in the van.
Good enough, thank you. Good question. I just want everybody to see that our people are on private property and that the police have asked that this line be the jurisdictional line, which is our power cord, and that is our private land over there as well. And they're still choosing up the line, our top there, top here, and all the top there, so their old plots back here.
Awesome, Dan. You go to your car, buddy. Yeah, have a great day.
See you, Dad.
Love you, brother. We appreciate you. Maybe they'll give you an escort so you're safe. After an escort across the road. Need an escort. It's coming behind you. Watch out.
Turn your back. They're shady motherfuckers.
Hold his hand. Skip across the road. Let's see it.
Where's your paperwork saying we're doing something wrong?
Where is it?
Don't get murdered.
7 days, you still haven't produced a single ounce of paperwork.
Get a vote. Everybody across Canada is gonna have your face. Hope you're happy about it.
Your children will see it.
Or your children, maybe you'll watch the internet and see it. Hope you like that. We can't get it started.
We gave them what they wanted. We're behind the line.
They're not even here. They can't enter this property. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Just remember, when we lie to them, it's a criminal offense. When you
Yeah.
Your kids have a tattoo. We want to know where your line is. Well, it's going to be all the protesters' fault, not theirs. We blocked the highway.
Whoa, thank you for your support. We blocked the fucking highway.
Yeah. Holy! Practice what you fucking preach.
Iris, fuck me.
No wonder they want to get rid of the RCMP.
Yeah, we need provincial fucking police.
Need the slow road.
Fuck the federal police.
Paperwork, please.
Freedom! Yeah, grandparents that served in the war! They're rolling over the fucking graves with this shit! I hope you're proud, Canadians! Hope you're proud, Canadians!
But we don't have enough for our veterans, right?
Fuck.
Oh, check the carbon taxes paid for this shit.
Get off the road! Get off the road!
You're blocking traffic!
They might run over you.
Yeah. That'd be a shame. You better move back to your safety. Oh, that's just for us. Then you get behind the line here. We're not there to visit it. That's right. Yeah.
This is just like Congress. Except they don't have their automatic weapons.
Yeah, they don't have their hand on their rifles like Cochrane did, right? They're gonna Swady.
And they've already arrested a 70-year-old woman.
For nothing! For nothing!
Yeah, she's in the paddy wagon.
What the fuck you picking on a senior for? Respect your elders, for fuck's sake.
Everyone's gonna fuck all.
What did your parents teach you?
Fuck everything on, boys. Watch your head gate. What is it? What's about it? They're all brainwashed.
Shame! Shame! Shame on you!
Exactly, you're not still here.
Yes. Isn't it coffee time?
You guys are causing this to happen! Bigger, better!
Thanks for stirring the fire.
Once you leave, we're gonna have a full house! Yay!
These are all across the country. Doesn't it say something to you? The whole country is upset. We didn't you fucking ask. Why are you still here?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, they're pro blockers.
And this is all going across Canada. Your faces will be seen.
Well, that's why they all have sunglasses on. They aren't proud of what they're doing.
Well, what the fuck you doing now? If you're gonna arrest another 70-year-old over there?
Well, they were here speaking and everything was fine. And then our people were off the road, and then all of a sudden you guys flew in here.
So here's the thing. What they've told me to tell you is that if we leave, you're going to go back and say, fight for it.
What I said was, I didn't say I was. I said that these people have the right to do what they want to do. They're adults in Canada with their freedoms. I don't control what a full-grown adult does.
Sure.
Can
Okay.
you please back up? You're really intimidating me.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Yes.
So the idea is that you will maintain your safety pockets. If you're to leave, right, then you will maintain your safety place. Like we
My
talked
safe
about before.
space.
This woman over there.
You talk to liaison, right?
I told liaisons to go to their bosses, and we would continue the negotiations. So if they come to you with something else, they're already breaking that. I'm only supposed to be talking to them, not you.
Okay, so
In
this
fact,
is my message to you, Miranda.
In fact, I was told that you're not even allowed to talk to me.
Really?
Yes.
You shouldn't be talking to anybody. You should be 11 days.
Then I'll take that up with the liaison.
Speak to liaison.
I will.
If you're gonna stick with your word that everybody's gonna stay in that safety zone.
I can only speak for me.
Okay.
Okay? We don't work for you, okay?
Behind this line.
What's up, people? Have a good day.
What did she do?
Have a great day.
Let her go! 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 Let her go!
Let her go! Let her go! Let her go! Let her
Let her go! 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 Let her out of the van!
What is the safety zone? Yeah, does anybody want to tell us what is safety zone?
A diagram of some sort? They don't know where the line is. I think we should move one step forward. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah. One step forward every time.
Tell us the safety
Let
zone.
her go. Where's the safety zone?
Let her go.
Let her go. Let her go. Let her go. Let her go. Game, man. Game. How do you sleep at night?
May I go?
I like the land of the land. Okay. They just keep on changing. Greta! Ask what the fucking safety zone is. That's what she's calling. We'll park every fucking truck right here and they can fuck off. Including the combine. Fuck yeah. Exactly. Just say okay, yes, sir. Uh-huh. No. Get a little more fucking puppet master here. That prick's a piece of shit too. Behind the line. No. Let's make her bigger.
Oh, there's a board on it.
We're just moving the line.
Yeah, but there's a board on it. Push it off.
This was the breaking crowder.
You guys gonna let her go or not?
They're coming in on us.
What are they charging her with?
They arrested a 70-year-old lady.
What else, Jason? Mischief.
What do they charge her with?
What else? That's all they can.
They don't know what the safe zone is.
They can't tell us what the safe zone is. They just get to make it up as they go. Even that officer who just came up to me didn't even. You guys realize you don't even know what law you're enforcing?
Mischief, apparently.
This isn't even federal road here. Like, we're not blocking anything. You see any traffic being coming in and out? Maybe that's because your fucking officer's blocking traffic. Totally legally to protest.
What kind of charger you need? The new one?
No.
Oh, the old one?
If my phone dies on you guys who are
I
on
got
live,
it.
I'm switching over.
I'm
What are you on?
On Facebook Live.
And who are you?
Rhonda.
Last name.
Oh, call back.
Look for Rhonda Callback on Facebook if my phone dies, guys. You're violating our rights because my daughter's family can't held accountable outside of your organization and will be held accountable person. Guys, someone walking up there. Go protect him. Yeah, you might be around. Keep it going. I want to read you something. So you guys are all aware. All right. Of the land, you are violating your right to peaceful protest and can and will be held accountable outside of your organization and will be held accountable personally. It is better that you comply than to be sued personally outside of your detachment. They will not. You know who we are? We got lawyers, buddies. That's from a lawyer. They know more and have more. We got lawyers.
Oh.
You guys are just going to cost us taxpayers more money. Fucking asshole.
Because my grandkids can't eat because they don't have enough money. Because the carbon tax is filling up their income.
Paycheck to paycheck's what most people are living on now. I'm glad you get a good wage.
They don't care. You know, when I was a kid, I was taught to respect the police.
Everybody
Now I realize how disgusting every one of you are.
You're disgusting.
And they
Every
thought
one
that
of you.
was good enough. We had to get behind
It
the
hurts my
safety
eyes
line
to even
here
look at you
of our
people.
extension cord.
And all the criminal acts you've been involved in. Your
So we got
gang.
behind the safety line, and they're still.
And you stand with your gang members thinking you're okay.
Let her go!
Yeah, let it go! Let her 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 go! Hold the flag, for fuck's sake. Since when did the flag become a fucking intimidation tactic? It's not. It's the fucking symbol of our country that you live in too. The fuck's the matter with you people?
Same flag you swore to protect.
We're Canadians. I hope you guys are all proud of yourselves.
The Queen's dead.
Thought you'd protect us. We pay your fucking wages. Disgusting.
All we want is to have the taxes stopped. We can't afford to feed our
And we're working
families.
for the whole country, not just ourselves.
We're taxed to death. All we want is it to end. They didn't let her go.
They stole us.
They're taking her.
Here's one. We will leave this world. I'll tell you what, somebody's gonna know who's on the right side. I don't think it's you.
You guys, it's quite the legacy you're leaving.
I really don't. Think of whose borders you're following. Think of the upper chain of command. So corrupt and paid off.
But he should be arrested, and the cops are all scared to arrest him.
You must be so,
I don't know how you live with yourselves.
upset at the
And the last smoke bombs up in Ottawa. We're standing here for the good of all people, and they do this.
Yeah, if you're protesting for another part of the world, we forget. When we're protesting for Canada,
We're on the wrong flag, that's all. We're in the minority, right?
I don't know why you guys don't go home and write a resignation letter to your bosses. They're making you guys do stuff that isn't Canadian.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Burn that karma, boys!
Now everybody's seen this, and now we're gonna.
So does anybody know where the safe zone is? Could we please have an explanation?
They're in a safe zone.
Oh, yeah.
They're just trying to figure out, make it up.
They're right in the playbook. They write the playbook as they go along. They're not following the law. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Well, Jasmine, it was died because you got the two people looking after us.
I don't know, but the Lloydminster police told us about a year and a half ago they only have 9 police that are in uniform at any given time during the day. So where are you guys all from? Not from Lloydminster, obviously.
I don't know where y'all are from, but I know where you're going.
They work probably directly for Trudeau.
That's happening right now, as we speak.
Maybe a bank being robbed. Maybe fucking all that illegal drugs being sold on the street. Maybe that's what you guys should be looking at.
Don't deserve it.
And they call themselves Canadians, eh?
They call themselves Cubans. I think they missed that.
They should move to Cuba or something like that. That's how they're acting. What's the plan, guys?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna stand here all day.
3 o'clock yet? The
They must enjoy standing here like this.
The only difference is they're getting paid.
Yeah.
you guys just
Overtime at that.
Yes.
Well, recording. Even been held up on stand up and rush. Was ist los? Sergeant Schultz, which one is you, Sergeant, huh? Which one? Which one? We running a fucking clown show here or what? We go to the bomb? You guys show up. I don't know. Maybe we should make movie, huh? Yes. The boat. Mine's good. I don't know. We got no money because we don't pay super cabin back. Ah!
How do we get our kids to come see?
Think maybe your mother's never had any children that live. Scum. Foot scraping, right? Maybe step up the step up the phone.
It's gonna be provincial. So sorry.
Go in the van too.
Yeah, eh? Yeah, she's got someone to talk to in there.
Let her go!
Let her go! Let her go! Let her go! Let her go! Let her go!
Look, we got support on the other side of the street.
Another one coming.
Yeah. Oh, another car.
Another one.
Because there's not enough here now. Oh, that's what they're doing. They're transferring her over to the car and taking her to the jail.
Let her go! 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 Let her go!
And just so everybody knows, when they arrested her, they did not read her rights.
Yeah, that's
No, they didn't. No. I got on video when they were.
I guess she's off, eh?
The law doesn't apply to them.
She's so dangerous. Little old lady, so dangerous. Unfucking believable.
They'll just lie on the reports. And their gang members will back them up. That's the way it works.
Yeah, the henchmen, let's stick up for the henchmen.
Yes, that's the way it works. We'll lie for our brothers, won't we? Yeah. We'll look the other way.
We don't care about Canadians, though.
That's the way you guys.
We're all a bunch of assholes.
Oh, I mischief again. Charge me with mischief. Good. I got money and a lawyer. A bitch. Bitch. Yeah, you. You're a bitch. Mischief, right? Come on.
That's all they.
I got money and a lawyer.
When the speaker is it her wife or her husband?
Real fence. Round like the book. Real fence.
You forgot somebody?
We are. Just he might forget us.
You forget somebody?
What?
No.
Prisoners.
And you're just adding to the
We have the prisoners.
tough and smug looking.
Bitches. Every fucking body is disgusting. Everybody's so. You are no longer in a proud profession. No longer. Yeah, maybe 30 years ago you were. Maybe 30 years ago. Not now.
When you cared about your fellow Canadian people you're working for.
Not now.
Yeah. I'm staying working for Canadians. Yeah. Trust me, yeah, they're fine.
I'm a rude. Is that what you're going to do tonight? Go home, call the family, tell them who you beat up. Get your lives straight. Make sure you're all coordinated.
Tyrants. Dogs.
They give David love nothing.
Here. Guess what? We almost got into a fight with the ones you see here. I didn't go home that night to my family either. Should have seen I spent a day arresting a 70-year-old woman.
Oh, what did you do wrong, man? Oh, she was speaking up for freedom. We had to take her down.
Yeah, we took her down hard though.
She waved her flag in my face.
The little flag.
Surrounded. Disgusting. Yeah.
She was a real threat, I'm sure.
You know, the funny thing is, one-on-one, I bet she beat the shit out of you. I bet you would. That's the funniest.
That's right fucking there. Let the fucking oath to the fucking people before the fucking.
Somebody get a picture of that flag.
By the way, where in the hell is CBC?
Oh,
They're not allowed in. They got the roadblock.
Nobody can get in. They got the roadblock.
Ah, you must keep it secret.
highway closed. They were paid not to come.
I told them to stay away.
Uh-oh. We got to get the Timmies. Let's fix this up. We got to get the Timmies.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
There goes a lady they arrested. She's in that car right there.
Her daughter is gonna fucking kill me. She's bigger than me.
You think you guys stopped it?
What the hell are
That
you doing
was
with my
something
mother?
that paddy wagon there.
Oh,
Appreciate
Sure,
it.
Timothy, but it's possibly go wrong.
Not like you guys. I hope you lose sleep tonight.
You
guys are disgusting.
Later and brag about arresting a 7-year-old lady.
You guys are disgusting.
I never thought Canada would get
Let's hold their pillows at night and listen to fucking Sandman.
Now, isn't this Canada? It's not Cuba.
sad.
That's how we're losing our freedom in Canada. Your grandparents fought for it. And we're losing it all. Wake up!
They're ashamed.
You guys need to fucking wake up.
You don't have ways of their own. They're literally told what to do.
Oh, we're getting in trouble, Haley.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Here they are.
Oh, is that yes, Hitler?
Yes, Hitler. Hi,
They
Hitler.
are holding the line.
Don't try getting some Canadians' money back. It's against the law.
I don't care how many people in poverty. They can all live in tent cities. I don't care.
They can't because
No, they throw those in the trash. Let your other fellow gang members dismantle the tents.
You're pretty young. You can still take one the big.
How does it feel to not be respected by your citizens anymore? How does it feel? Canadian citizens don't respect you anymore.
You see a respectful job, but not no more. Not no more.
Citizens don't respect you anymore. You did that, sir. You did that.
We want provincial police, not federal anymore.
Social media doesn't go away. Your face will be there all the time. For all of history.
proud Canadians.
Yeah, rob our money to send it to other countries too. Like we need it here, don't we? Isn't it your job?
Every one of you is a proud Canadian. Pick up that flag. Yeah, come on.
It's the only horrible thing is get a paycheck at the end of the week. Their pension at the end of the career. Wow. That's the old face.
They let the truck through.
Paycheck and pension. Paycheck and pension.
Get up, jump the pylon, buddy. I'll come help you.
Right for you guys.
There's a great truck there that wants to come in, but they got them blocked off.
Nobody else will come in. Because they're gone. They think they're gone.
They're safe. People can't even get to their own property because of these people. Hey, it's pretty sad. I'd probably grab you and take this. Say he tried to go for his gun. Wow. You're not Canadian. Sergeant Littleton. We're not his citizens. Hey, little Dick Sergeant. Yeah, that fucker.
Well, I mean, size doesn't matter.
Wow.
Not shit. This is fucking embarrassing. Embarrassing to our country. I still look at you. Oh, yeah. Oh, what a second. I can't still young. No, well, fucking. That's not for you, asshole.
No shade, no shade.
Well, they're giving their names and batch numbers. They didn't do that at Concord.
No, they wouldn't have
No,
conquered.
they wouldn't.
Get across, get some stuff.
Angry. Gonna fall her. She needs an escort.
Yeah, lawyer, let her come here with her truck.
They're escorting her to her business. Yeah.
Can't even get to her own property.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's not even us, it's them.
Sam,
Block the fucking road off.
won't even let her drive into her own property? That's crazy. Yeah, 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 yeah. Good job.
Good job. Good job.
Did a good job today, huh?
Good job today.
With kids.
Like
Yeah. Right. Go. Fucking power.
I'm just thinking of going across the road. I like tracking. Would one of you escort me across the road? I need two. Yes, please, two. I feel safer.
Why not just make it 4?
I'd like to go see a tractor.
At the anyway, they
Better make it 4 then. At least 4.
I'm a bigger guy. Better make it 4.
Yeah.
I might take 3 of you down.
Hey guys, some people wanted to walk through again.
Doing anything to hurt anyone. We love everybody. Sorry for your inconvenience.
No, I'm totally with you.
Well, thank you very much.
What happened?
Yeah, those look the same.
And there were
Can't touch her.
They're ready.
Can't touch.
She's coming through, guys.
Hey, let her through.
They're the ones who.
just so you know, we're literally pushed where they wanted us to be. They were the ones who put us here.
Sorry.
Just so you know, I want you to understand that we weren't blocking you, okay? No.
Yeah, it's the police officer. Totally.
Yeah, we did what they told us to do. And then we're still doing what they told us to do. And they're still not leaving. All we were doing was this. This is where they told us to go. This is what they told us to do. We have followed every direction of them. And they're still here.
Good job, blocking local businesses, guys. Congratulations.
They don't care.
Not even-
They don't care.
It's not their paycheck that's gonna feel it.
They want that. Another small business to crumble. Vanguard can come in and take it over.
Get out there and stand at the ready for it.
Literally, nobody had a problem coming in and out of here. We're respectful. We love people. We don't like your uniforms.
That's too frowny for me.
And they're still here.
Too much clean all over that thing. That gross, disgusting smell.
And we see
King Charles, the King Kettle himself. Mom and Dad, Rowdies, Army vets rolling over in the fucking grave.
Nazi Germany. Right?
Why isn't Department of Highways out here measuring? You guys don't know? Obviously, because you're not standing on the right spot. You have no idea where the line is.
Them an inch is a foot.
Does anybody have that photograph that they gave us? For legality's purpose, why don't you have surveyors and highways out here? Measure it up, see where we're legally allowed to be. You have no idea. But you don't want to do that.
We will never go on our knees. Be with you. You people should stand up.
Standing behind the imaginary line that they decided.
Stand with us, not against us.
And it's an imaginary line to
Right?
It's great. Legality. No, it's not.
No, just try to sell your soul. Already have. Sold their souls to the devil. Don't worry, they're all getting fun now. All coming up. Nick,
Anyone want to call the Department of Highways out here?
wonder you didn't want to tell us your names. Right? Shame.
I used to feel bad for you guys when you guys are going some really hot zones.
Being very professional. But you got someone said my name is right here. And this podcast. And you with me, ma'am, you didn't even identify yourself. That's exactly what it is. It fucking says it right there, right? Look at it. Yeah. Yeah.
Nothing to be proud of anymore.
See, this is my grandson, and that's what I'm here for. You guys got kids? Yeah, I hope they just become criminals. Stand together with us.
They don't understand freedom. Because even if when they're off duty, they said something to agree with us, they would get fined. They would get in trouble. That's how controlled they are. You can't even speak when you want to. Take off the badge, you still can't speak. Isn't that right? Still not allowed to. Your gang tells you what to do.
And he will leave you in the dust.
Why do you have officers over there in the darn city?
Just in case they decide to let a vehicle in.
Yeah, run it over if they decide. I don't think they're gonna.
I don't know. I'm thinking of driving to the police station and seeing if
That's our land. That's not their land.
He's trespassing, just so you know, there's an officer trespassing right now. That's private land.
Somebody taking the law. You guys do something about it?
Come this part. See if you're welcome over there. Here's Steven to tell you.
There is a Lloyd, but I don't.
Can you please send somebody?
But these guys said they know all the folks, Lloyd. None of these emails.
What could be murder? You're fine.
You guys are their own. I don't like.
Or let me go over there and talk to him.
Well, there's no traffic, so you won't impede any traffic. So.
They're already blocking the traffic. Blaming it on the protesters.
Get off that private property!
Mischief yet? Not
You're
yet.
breaking the law!
No. Let me know.
There's no reason for him to be on private property.
Yeah, don't matter. He just turns their back.
That's little. That's the guy who's supposed to be terrible. Terrible. Does your boss tell you what to say off duty too? I think he does, doesn't he? You're not allowed to speak, are you?
Because there isn't one. They're full of shit.
You're not allowed to speak on duty, off duty.
No, their badges are there. They gave me all their badges.
Yeah.
Well,
What happened to that cop that donated to the convoy? I think he was, he was fine. Yeah, I think he was.
rocking in the
His union didn't stand up to him for him.
Guys are hindering traffic again. Get out of the way!
I feel safer.
Oh, thank
I
you.
feel safe. Oh, thank you.
Vehicles and our boots on the ground over there.
Oh, this guy trying to turn in here again. Trying to turn in here.
on their private property.
Over
Over there, they're on the private property. Then the police made up this line here of our extension cord, telling us we had to stay behind that line to gate that up. And so we did that too. And they're still standing here. Well, my slap, I have.
That's how Canada is right now. That's why I'm flying it upside down.
Exactly.
Because of you guys.
Country in distress because of you and your corruption.
The only server protectors when it suits you.
Instead, you guys are liars and sold your souls to the devil.
No one respects this. But you know what? Let's hang our fucking keys outside. Leave the doors unlocked so when the people out here take our shit, they don't have to wreck anything, right? Let's
Yeah.
protect the fucking criminals.
Yeah,
I like it.
yeah, just give.
And they won't hurt
give
you.
them
They
the
just
keys
want your
to break into
vehicle.
your house.
Rough day at the office, hey guys.
Common sense, boys. Oh, North. Socialism will give us another card.
We still got some of our freedom fighters in fucking jail for fuck all.
Careful, the fucking liaisons are here. They got all of them. Well, they might be up in Northwest. They don't have to fucking point you.
Boy, it changed. It changed.
He said the fucking officer not there. Told by that what you do is okay.
I feel unsafe with you guys here.
Okay, so we're going to take a little break. We'll come back. We're going to rewind in time because Pastor Arthur Pavlovsky was speaking out in Alberta at on the Trans-Canada at the protest there. So when we come back, we'll run some of what he had to say just a short time ago out at the Axe the Tax Freedom protest.
The information war is raging. Truth without integrity is worth nothing. Maverick News. Because those who have power and those who seek it must be held accountable.
The world is watching.
Join our family of truth seekers. Donate today and add your voice to the chorus of Maverick Knights. Donate at maverickdonations.com. Truth. Integrity. It's the Maverick way. Maverick News. The world is watching.
Okay, I'm sure that most of you know who Pastor Arthur Pavlovsky is. He's the pastor who was arrested multiple times. It all really came to a head when police went to his church and tried to affect, I don't know what they were doing there on that day, but he was like, get out, you Nazis. He was yelling at them, and it went viral, and ever since then he has been a target for police and also a a prominent freedom fighter and has been traveling extensively since then. Spent a lot of time in jail too. Anyway, he's out there in Alberta and spoke just a short time ago. I've just queued up a clip from him a little earlier. Not from this is fairly fresh, so here we go. I'm going to bring it back to you right now. There we go.
The police officer said that I am disrupting the entire police station. And the only thing I was doing was singing. I thought it was quite nice. Well, they disagreed. And that's usually the path they're taking right now. They're disagreeing with the people. I want you to know that this is an absolute privilege for me to be able to share with you today. When I came here on Monday, the feelings were overwhelming. I looked around and I saw you and I saw the flags and I said, my God, this feels like Canada again. This feels like Canada again. I'll never ever be able to get the feeling of Milk River, the rallies, the protests, the coups out of my heart. Here is what I saw. I saw patriotism like I have never seen before. I saw love on this soil, love for one and another, feeding people and bringing your horses and your cats and your dogs and your family members. It was absolutely beautiful, and that's exactly the feel I have right now. Look at, I'm not a big fan of chihuahuas, but even that little chihuahua melts your heart when you see him. It's quite remarkable. And of course, the cowboys, the horses, wow, it's absolutely incredible. My ordeal for the past few years was the government, the judges, and the Crown Prosecutor, that lying, deceiving manipulator Stephen Johnston, that has been appointed by the UCP government to hunt down protesters. I don't know if you're aware, there is a trial for the Quds 4, 2 remaining, and there is a trial for the Quds 3. Marco, George, and Alex, and I have been there a few days ago. I'm going there again this coming week. And the same Crown Prosecutor is hunting them down just like he hunted me down. That's unbelievable. Shame on them. Shame on the system. Shame on those liars. Liars. Manipulators. So, the Crown and the courts were doing everything in their power to get a statement out of me when I was in prison, metal cages, solitary confinement, kidnapped by sheriffs, taken to Edmonton to the Max spot for the most dangerous terrorists, freezing conditions, stripped naked again. No fun, but all of that was done to me for one confession. The Crown was coming over and over again and say, just say you're sorry and you can go home. Well, I said it before and I'm saying it again. I am not sorry. I am super proud that I was part of what I saw in Calgary, Milk River, Coutts, and other places. Last time I gave a sermon, I was taken to prison, and here I am again, not afraid at all.
That's right. No fear.
Because when you stand on the right side of history, when you stand on the right side with God, it doesn't matter what the hyenas will say, you cannot lose. You have already won. We Canadians that are standing on the right side of history with God, we have already won. The truth always wins in the end. We are lions. We are Canadian lions, and lions do not bow before the hyenas. We eat them for breakfast. That's why I have been gaining weight. There's so many hyenas left and right. So I'm not going to go for too long, only for a couple hours, a short message. And then we will have more singing, and then we're going to have Ray. Ray is the man that, with Rob and our church, with my son, my brother, my wife, stage everyday protest outside of Riemann. There are some heroes that I recognize here right now. Here, come here for a second. Look at this lady and her husband. Come. They went and they were surrounded by the police, and she was arrested, pushed around, and yet she refused to bow with her husband. I want you to look at them, because to me, they are the Canadian heroes. You, my friends, are the Canadian heroes. Sometimes when you see us, like I said many times, I'm just a big mouth. I'm not afraid of them. I was never afraid of them. And they can do whatever they want. My God will always have the final say. So, thank you.
You're not recording anything. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hold the line!
Freedom!
Freedom!
Freedom! Freedom! Freedom! Praise God!
Freedom!
That was a professionally done. You must be a descendant of William Wallace. Just don't walk with a skirt, because these days it robs us, the Christians, in all the wrong ways. Before I'll go, I thought I'll give you a short one, but I hope you will be blessed. I want you to know that God is hope. What this government did to us, and I'm talking about all levels, municipal, provincial, and federal, and I'm talking about all the Uni Party, the so-called conservatives that are not conservatives, traitors I call them. When we needed them the most, they were nowhere to be found. The psychopathic communist and socialist NDPers, and of course the Nazi liberals, as I call them, they all have betrayed us. But God is hope. What they've done to us, they wanted us to lose hope. When we come together, and I want you to know that's why they attacked us with such a craziness. It comes to coming together. You couldn't have a brother for a coffee, but you can take 500 brothers and sisters to IKEA, and that was perfectly okay. All of that was done to you for one purpose, because they wanted you to feel alone, that there was hopelessness. And that's why they hate Christians so much, they hate God so much, and they hate people like me so much, because we are doing our best to restore that hope in people's hearts. It's all about hope. I'm telling you, when an army loses hope, it's half defeated. It's all about morale, so stay strong. Don't quit. Woo! Don't give up. Stand, like I said in Coutts and in Milk River, and got me imprisonment. I'll say it again. And I know some of you are spies, and I'm not afraid. It's live streaming on my Facebook. Stand for God and state given rights. Don't you dare giving them up. And if you don't want to do it for yourself, do it for your children. Stand strong for your children and their children, because what kind of a nation they're going to have if we today will not rise up to the occasion and stand tall.
That's right. Let's go. Let's go, Alberta.
It's pointing its finger at you and me today again and says, don't you dare quit. Our founding fathers were willing to die for our rights and freedoms, and many did. You Canadians, you came to liberate Europe.
Thanks, baby.
I come from Poland, and thanks to your fathers and your grandparents, I can stand here a free man. So I came to you and I salute you. There is more of us, believe it or not, than the villains. I'll read it from Matthew 5. And it's a fascinating story, because our God, our Jesus, wherever he showed up, he flipped the tables and was hated by the establishment. Why was he hated? Because he exposed their corrupted hearts. He healed the sick. He raised the dead. He fed the poor and the government hated. The government hated him because he was good and they were evil. In chapter 5, verse 1, it says, "Now when he saw the crowds, he went up on the mountainside and sat down. His disciples came to him, and he began to teach them, saying," so many times I would say during my sermons for years, this whole thing is always about one thing, the truth. It started with the truth and ends with the truth, and the liars, that's what they hate the most. We were told to follow the science, remember that? And when we did, we got vilified, censored, deplatformed, and arrested. Because liars fear the truth tellers. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for there is the kingdom of heaven. In other words, God is saying to you and me, stay humble. Stay focused. Remember, we cannot win with those people with violence. We cannot win against them with hatred, with bitterness. Our weapon is more powerful than all their machine guns and tanks. It's hope and truth. It's faith that moves the mountains. Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. Canada is broken. So many people are crying right now. You may ask yourself why a man with a broken English always decided to come and risk my very life to stand with the people, because as a clergy, as a pastor, I always hear their stories. My family just died. My grandfather died. He took the shots and he's no longer with me. They locked him up like an animal and he couldn't bear it. Then he died. My children committed suicide because what the government did. I hear those stories on a regular basis. My heart cries with them because the government doesn't care what happens to you with me. If you don't believe me, look just a few days ago what they've done to you and me. They raised this ridiculous tax, and at the same time, they gave themselves almost $10,000 raise. Shame on them. You see, if I was your premier, I would be here with you. I would be with the hurting people. I would be telling you that my government is going to do everything in our power to take down this criminal organization called liberal governments. I would be hurting with you. I would be standing with you. I would be chopping my salary to match your salary. Actually, when I was running for office, I said I give up my salary. I don't need taxpayers' money. I'm a pastor. And I am perfectly content with what the church is giving me. I don't need your money. Imagine a government official. Where is your hero? Where is the savior of Alberta today? Where is Danielle Smith? She already publicly vilified us for what we are trying to accomplish. Where is your Canada savior, Pierre Poilievre? Is he cutting his salary down? No, of course not. I pray, my prayer is, may God open your eyes, may God open your ears, so you can see what's really is happening in our beloved Canada. One day we will be comforted. One day I pray God is going to give us the right people that will rule us with the right heart, with the right motives, not so they can be rich and powerful, but so they can become the servants of the people, voted in by the people, the government truly of the people. Blessed are the meek, for they will inherit the earth. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness. I'm telling you, my heart is yelling, screaming for righteousness. And I know your heart is screaming for justice as well, for righteousness. We cannot move on. There's many people that are telling me we must move on. How can we? How can we move on when they are bleeding us dead? We are dying by the 1,000 cuts. They're destroying us by enacting more laws. Every day those people are using our money, and more laws are coming your way and my way. Justice. Real justice demands restitution. Some of those people should be charged with crimes against humanity. Until then, we cannot move forward. We cannot. I wish we could, but we can't. Until the same people that did this to you and me are still in power, how can we move on? The blood of the innocent, the blood of those children right now that are hooked on fentanyl because they felt hopelessness. When they were muzzled and segregated like some kind of dogs in a cage. They saw no coming out of this.
Reservations are segregation.
They saw no coming out of this. They turn into drugs. They turn into alcohol. The blood of those kids is yelling and screaming, justice. The elderly that we could not even hug and say goodbye when they were dying, the blood of them is crying out for justice. The businesses and the people that lost their lives because they've lost everything their fathers, their grandparents worked hard for. The farms that were for 100 years in the families the people lost, and they saw no way out of it. The blood of them is crying out justice. We need justice in our land. The Bible says, Jesus is telling us that we will be filled. One day, my friends, justice will be served. Those villains will pay, either on this side of eternity or on the other side of eternity. They will pay for what they have done. Justice will be served. My God is God of justice. I call him the judge of judges. We have crooked judges right now. Can name few. Joe Rook the crook, David Gates, Adam Germain, Gordon Crinky. Crooked as crooked you can be. Have forgotten that justice is holy. One day the judge of judges will judge them as well. Blessed are the merciful, for they will be shown mercy. And that's a hard one. That's a hard one because some people do not understand that crying out for justice, it does not mean to let the villains off the hook. Crying out for mercy, it doesn't mean that the evil will not be judged. God wants us to forgive them from our hearts. Before you stands a man that has no hatred towards the villains. I don't hate them. My friends, I pity them. I pity my enemies because there is no amount of money that Satan can give them that they will find comfort on the other side of eternity. Hell awaits them. Unquenchable fire awaits them. The worms that they want us to eat will be eating them. I'm telling you, I don't hate them, I pity them. I pity my enemies because they do not know what they are doing. How long do they have? The Prime Minister of this great nation, how long does he have? It could be a day, It could be a year. It could be 50 years from now, but he is good as dead. Just like you and me. One day, you will be no more. And you will stand before the living God naked. And you will give an account for everything you said and everything you did. I pity my enemies. Blessed are the poor in heart, for they will see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called sons of God. Being a peacemaker, it doesn't mean making pacts with hyenas. Being a peacemaker, it doesn't mean that you make deals with Satan himself and his minions. It means that we are to have peace with God. That we are to have peace with each other. We are Canada. You are Canada. When we look at those villains, sometimes we lose sight of that. I see Canada in front of my eyes, every color, every background, immigrants and those that were born here. You are Canada. This is your land, my friends. God has given you this land. He has not given it to the Trudeau, Castro, Caligula. He did not give it to those traitors. He gave it to you. This is your land. And they are taxing us to death. Blessed are you when people insult you, persecute you, and falsely say all kinds of evil against you because of me. Pretty much every single day there is someone that punches me, insults me, says all kinds of evil about me. And my answer is always the same. I don't care. I do not care what the minions of Satan are thinking of me. I don't work for them. I have a boss. My boss is God. I serve him. I stand for his truth. Even if the whole world goes crazy, I will stick with him. Rejoice and be glad, because great is your reward in heaven. For in the same way they persecuted the prophets who were before you. In other words, we have seen this movie before. My friends, we've seen this before. This is not the first time when tyrants pop up. I was born behind the Iron Curtain under the boots of tyrants. I've seen this before. I learned from history that every generation faces the same challenges. There are always villains, evil people that want to enslave you and your children. And it's up to you to rise up, stand up, and say, not an inch, not during my watch. We are choosing the future of our nation. Today you have chosen well. You're here. You're visible. You're not hiding your face. You're standing tall in the face of evil. You are the salt of this earth, the Bible says. But if the salt loses its saltiness, how can it be made salty again? It is no longer good for anything except to be thrown out and trampled by men. As you know, we are feeding thousands of people for the past 25 years, and at times I had to cook. That was not a good idea at first. My first chili, even the cockroaches would not touch it. I thought that cooking means you throw things and you go for a couple hours and then you come back and it's cooked. I have not learned that you have to stir, that you have to season, whatever you're cooking was not eatable. I am very grateful to the ladies and my wife that are cooking for the sake of the poor. But I learned through this experience a lot. I learned that you have to stir it. The fire is intense, my friends, and the fire is intensifying. The furnace is getting hotter, but we must stir the pot. Don't just let it go, because it will stink, and no one will be able to eat it. Also, I learned that you have to season it. You have to put the ingredients and seasoning for that thing to taste good. You are that seasoning. We have people from everywhere. Maybe you're a salt. Maybe you are a pepper. Maybe you are a chili. But we need you all. We need everyone. And I want you to know, I want to end with this. You are all needed in this fight. Every single one of you, the young, the younger. I call it the good, the bad, and the ugly. We all are needed, and I'm the ugly one. We all are needed in this fight. We need the children. I'm so glad to look at the kids. That's the future. Maybe that's the future doctor. That little girl, maybe she is a teacher in the making. Maybe she will be a police officer. And she will remember this time. She will remember her parents and friends standing for what's right. And one day, when her time will come to stand for what's right, she will not forget what is good and what is evil. If by now, those people are not standing on this side of history, they're not good. They're evil. You are the light of this world. A city on a hill cannot be hidden. You're not hiding. God doesn't want us to hide. That's why every single rally, and I've done them all until my arrest. I was attending rallies after protests, and not once I was hiding my face. I'm not hiding. You want to come and get me? Come and get me. Here I am, standing in front of my enemies, the judges, the crown prosecutors, the undercover police. I'm not hiding, because truth and light cannot hide. Neither do people light the lamp and put it in under a bowl. Instead, they put it on its stand, and it gives light to everyone in the house. Some people think that we can win this fight without God. My friends, I'm telling you, without God, you have already lost. You just don't know it yet. But with God on our side, we have already won. The enemy just doesn't know it yet. That's the difference. You may be an atheist. You may say, I don't believe in your God. That's okay. He believes in you. And my God is God of freedom. The cross, the blood, the whips that he got, it was for your freedom. He died so you can be free. He lived so we can all be free. My God is the biggest freedom fighter that ever lived. In the same way, let your light shine before men, that they may see your good deeds and praise your Father in heaven. Amen. My friends, we are on the winning side. We have already won. Yes, what's ahead of us, it's a little bit of hardship. But we have been trained for such a time as this. We have been trained for this fight. We are warriors. God has given us a heart. You wave so they can see that we're not afraid. We will never bow before them until our children will have what we enjoy, freedom. So be blessed. We're going to have few songs, and then Ray is going to share his heart. And I bless you today. I hope you're encouraged. I hope that a little bit of hope entered your heart. God has blessed us with this beautiful weather. He blessed us with each other's company. There is food. I can smell it from here. It's a good day when Canadians come together in the name of justice, righteousness, and freedom. I surely enjoy this time. Hold the line. Be blessed.
Yeah, thank you.
That was pretty good, eh?
Okay, let's take a break. More on the other side. Don't go away.
Maverick News. The world is watching. Greetings, brave Mavericks. Our quest for truth continues. We go beyond fake news. Together we expose propaganda. Together we pull others out of rabbit holes. We are maverick thinkers. We are all unique individuals. Defenders of individual rights and freedoms. Credible. Trusted. Grounded in reality. Maverick News. Maverick News. Defending free speech. Free speech. Donate at freedomreporters.com. Do it now. Tomorrow may be too late. Maverick News. The world is watching.
There's a lot going on out there in the world tonight. You know, this carbon tax protesting happening in various locations across Canada reminds me, you know what it reminds me of? The Boston Tea Party, in a way. The Boston Tea Party, the subsequent Philadelphia Tea Party, those were pivotal events that fueled the flames of the American Revolution. Here's how they contributed to the revolutionary cause back in the day. The Boston Tea Party occurred December 16th, 1773. It was an act of defiance against British policies of taxation without representation. Colonists were frustrated by the Tea Act, which granted the British East India Company a monopoly on tea sales in the colonies. So these protesters disguised themselves as, many of them, as Mohawk Native Americans and dumped chests of British tea into the Boston Harbor. This was a symbolic protest, and it resonated throughout the colonies, showcasing the colonists' resolve to resist British oppression. In response to the Boston Tea Party, the British Parliament enacted the Intolerable Acts, which aimed to punish Massachusetts and assert British authority. So these punitive measures included the closure of Boston Harbor and the imposition of martial law. Of course, that outraged the colonists across all 13 colonies. The Intolerable Acts served to unify the colonies in their opposition to British tyranny of the day, laying the groundwork for collective action against British rule. Why do I hear echoes of the past? So in solidarity with Boston, other colonies organized their own acts of resistance. One notable example was the Philadelphia Tea Party of 1773. Like their counterparts in Boston, those protesters in Philadelphia took a stand against the Tea Act by refusing to allow the unloading and sale of British tea. They turned a vessel back. They didn't allow it to unload its cargo, sent it back to Britain. The Philadelphia Tea Party demonstrated the widespread opposition to British policies and reinforced the sense of unity among the colonies. Of course, all this led to an escalation. The Boston Tea Party and the subsequent acts of resistance escalated, and the British response to the Tea Party events included not only the Intolerable Acts, but it further alienated the colonists and eroded their trust in British authority. Again, why do I hear echoes of the past? The growing resentment and animosity paved the way for further confrontations and ultimately armed conflict. It was a catalyst for a revolution. Together, the Boston Tea Party and the Philadelphia Tea Party, well, they led to the American Revolution, and these acts of resistance galvanized public opinion, mobilized colonial unity, fueled the revolutionary fervor of the day, and that ultimately led to the Declaration of Independence in 1776. In summary, the Boston Tea Party and the Philadelphia Tea Party were instrumental in rallying colonial resistance against British oppression, fostering colonial unity, escalating tensions with Britain, and ultimately, it paved the way for the American Revolution. Now, there was a heavy price to be paid for the result that came from the revolution itself. I'm just going to look up some stats here for you. One moment. So as I'm just sitting here, I'm just looking up some stats on that American Revolution. It sounds romantic in a way, but it was a war, and 25,000 people lost their lives approximately in that war. It was a brutal and bloody thing. And so as romantic and as patriotic as these things sound, it's important always to remember that ultimately a revolution leads to death, many deaths. When you're going to war, people are going to pay the ultimate price, make the ultimate sacrifice. A lot of people out there want to tear things down. And, there's nothing wrong with a peaceful protest. Excuse me. But there are people out there calling for revolution. It seems like it's coming from all sides. Even today, during these pro-Hamas demonstrations, which we saw again across the country in various locations, in particular Toronto, Karim Assad, again, out there doing a great job covering these protests. Here's a short clip, not just of Hamas protesters, but of Hamas Palestinian supporters, communists, international communist revolutionaries in the streets of Toronto, calling for exactly what I'm talking about, a revolution, and repeating the very slogans and chants that we've been hearing from pro-Palestinian supporters in the streets. Here's what was going on in Toronto today. And just look at the hammer and sickle flags and you'll see confirmation of what I'm talking about.
Our streets! 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 We the communists are here! We the communists are here! Say it loud, say it clear! Say it loud, say it clear! We the communists are here! We the communists are here!
So, yeah. There's that. And then there's this guy. He got arrested. He's a prominent pro-Palestinian protester, arrested today by Toronto police. And because he is well known within the protesting community on the pro-Palestinian side, it's generating a lot of attention tonight.
I am peacefully stating Canadian law. Hamas is a terrorist organization.
You cannot speak the truth in Canada.
Why would just walk them out of 50 feet?
I don't know yet what exactly the charges were or are against him. His name, it slips my mind at the moment. I had it for you, but it is Salman Sima. That's what the guy's name is. And here's another angle on his arrest. Again, this one, to give her credit, Kareem Assad. And you definitely have to check out her work. She's always out there at these protests, cataloging all of this stuff. Here we go. That's not the guy who got arrested. It'll pan over.
I'm gonna go to dry hunger strike. I'm gonna go to dry hunger strike. My shoulder is broken.
Just a little space, thank you. Yeah, you can, but you can go over here. Just a little space. Okay, he's got a dislocated shoulder. Be careful. Right.
Thank you, sir. I'm gonna go to dry hunger strike. I'm gonna go to dry hunger strike.
Why are you Stop walking in the wrong direction.
I do walk. My shoulder is broken. My shoulder is broken. Yes.
Is there a medical condition?
Yes. Yes. Dislocated. My shoulder is broken.
Okay, get out of the
My
way.
shoulder is broken. I'm gonna go to dry hunger strike. No, I'm gonna go to dry hunger strike. I said that Hamas is a terrorist organization. Okay?
Get out of the way.
Hamas is a terrorist organization. Under Criminal Code of Canada, Hamas is a terrorist organization. I was so peaceful and I had a Canadian flag. Show the Canadian flag. Yeah. I am gonna go to dry hunger strike.
Salman, have you ever been arrested before?
No.
Is this your first time?
Yes, it's first time.
Do you have a criminal record?
No.
Do you have a lawyer?
I'm gonna ask. What happened when I just said that Hamas is a terrorist organization? I was so peaceful. Still, I wear a Canadian flag, and you can see that. And my shoulder is dislocated, and they are pushing the right shoulder. Okay.
So he said that Hamas is a terrorist organization and got arrested, he says.
Why do we have two cops and people here? Back up. Back up. Back up. Back up. Back up. No, back up. Back up or you're going to get arrested. You're my officer.
There's your officer. There is your officer. Okay? This is crazy.
So,
and again, that video from Kareem Assad. That is Justin Trudeau's Canada. On this 6th day. What is it? Is it April? It's April. April 6th, 2024. I've got more. I've got more. Don't go away.
Feel the vibrations. Our quest continues. The truth is out there. We are Mavericks.
You know, there are moments when really rich people, or the privileged, as some might describe them, or the elites, there are moments when they really do reveal what they actually feel. They reveal how they view you, how they view us. Justin Trudeau, case in point, yesterday out in Calgary, making an announcement on housing. You know, the savior of the Canadian people by spending billions of dollars to initiate some housing policy that is supposed to correct the housing problem, housing crisis that he himself has created with his misguided economic policies. And there he is, the guy who got elected, saying that he was going to be a champion of the middle class, making reference in this exchange yesterday, which we ran a portion of this yesterday, but he was on stage in a public forum with Calgary Economic Development, and he refers to the working class people that he met at a steel factory some years ago as the overalled folks. What did you catch that? The overalled folks? In other words, the people who wear overalls. I've never heard of that phrase before. The overalled folks. Listen to this clip. I'll play it for you. And you see, this is truly a revealing moment for the Prime Minister.
A few years ago, I was in Hamilton in a classic steel plant. And I was meeting some of those overalled folks who were proud to say that they were third and even fourth generation steel workers in Hamilton. A few years.
I'm going to play it again. The
classic steel
overalled
folks. And I was meeting some of those overalled folks who were proud to say that they were third and even fourth generation.
Are you picking up on that? The overalled folks. It just... He ain't one of us. Do you think he's ever had overalls on? Has he ever done a hard day's labor? Look at his hands. Look at my hands. They're all bent up. Has he ever done a hard day's work, that guy? The overalled folks, the unwashed masses, the stinky people from Walmart. Yeah. Oh, man. Talk about a guy born with a silver spoon in his mouth. And that's why people are out in the streets protesting. That's why he was asked this week in that CBC interview, Justin, why do you think people don't like you? Just, that's why. That's why. Right there. That is exactly why. Because he cannot relate. He does not represent the middle class. He doesn't understand the poor. He was, always will be spoiled. Sorry, it's just true. Very revealing. And I hate to sound like like a hardline, socialist per se, but I mean, I do find it very distasteful when really, 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 really rich people with a lot of privilege and power tend to look down their noses and with contempt even sit there and with disingenuous contempt, they look down their nose and pretend to have empathy for you or to be one of us. Yeah. The overall people. Just saying. What else do I have for you tonight? More protests. Lots more protests in Tel Aviv. People are up in arms over the killing of those 7 aid workers from the World Central Kitchen. The Biden administration, shaking their finger at Netanyahu, saying it's unacceptable for aid workers to be killed the way that they were. Israel losing more support because of that. Just, I don't know, man. Hard to believe that they can be that stupid. But apparently they are. So as a result, tonight, tens of thousands of protesters back in the streets again, protesting, calling for the immediate resignation of Benjamin Netanyahu and the return of hostages still held by Hamas in Gaza. They're saying that these protesters are saying that they think Netanyahu is actually standing in the way of the release of those hostages.
שתוכלו לשמוע את מה שעובר עלינו. אזרחים יקרים, אני מבקש ברשותכם קצת שקט.
Can't help but feel, though, that these protests are being helped along a little bit, maybe by some information acceleration online. Information warfare, maybe even. Here we go, wider shot. Keeping in mind that the thrust of these protests is that they want the hostages held by Hamas released. They think Netanyahu is not doing an effective job of getting them out. That's what the protest is about. Protests. Western society is in a state of disruption. It is indeed. So we've got protests in the streets in Canada. We've got protests out in Alberta. We have this protest as well out in at the Ontario-Quebec border. And I'll let you assess for yourself after you're seeing and listening to this. I'm of a particular mind on it. You'll have your own opinion. It's, well, these guys don't like the cops.
All right, people, you see that? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cop cars there blocking the road so nobody can get in here. This is where Quebec meets Ontario border. 5 of them are blocking it. They're not allowing us. This is where we're based at right here. And they're blocking it so nobody can get in. Yes, you can get in through that way and go around the park, I guess, but they're not allowing anybody to get in. They're trying to be intimidating, but they're having 5 cop cars block the road. 5 of them. 5 of them blocking the road. That's what they're doing over here. They're trying to intimidate us because we were on the grass here, waving their flags, and they didn't like it, people. We need the numbers here. You see where we're at? The 401 meets Highway 20. We need the numbers here, people. I'm here for the day to show up, to show my love. Great food, great atmosphere, great music. Let's show up. Don't let these 5 cops, 6, 7, whatever, 2 of them are there. Don't let these guys intimidate you. They're not intimidating. But don't let them intimidate you. Show up. Let's go. Freedom.
So that was earlier in the day. Interesting developments. The carbon protest. We'll see what happens tomorrow, Sunday. The question on the Israel front is, can Benjamin Netanyahu survive politically? There was also a protest at The Hague where 21-year-old Greta Thunberg was arrested today by Dutch police. She was there for a protest. It devolved into a standoff. Dozens of police officers, many of them on horseback, attempted to stop protesters from blocking a main road. Where have I seen that play out? Somewhere recently. Local police there put Thunberg on a bus full of other demonstrators, and she was driven away from the scene. These protesters were planning to block The Hague's A12 highway from what Extinction Rebellion, that environmental group, XR for short, say was the 37th time. They've done this 37 times. The road has been subject to regular blockades since 2022. So this demonstration was being held to denounce the Dutch government's tax concessions for companies including Shell and the airline KLM. The activists on site today hoped to put pressure on the government ahead of a planned debate about subsidies for oil companies and other firms that are engaged in the fossil fuel trade. So there she was, Greta Thunberg. She was accompanied by other activists as she marched towards the designated protest spot, marching behind a banner with the words, "Stop Fossil Subsidies." And so her star power brought in a lot of people, ramped things up. There was a brass band playing along. The protesters marched. Some newspapers out there say local residents were annoyed that the climate protest was taking place and making it harder for people to reach the beach on a hot day. Anyway, Some of the activists marched from the city center to a field next to the highway. Where have I seen that play out today? Where a wall of local police officers, where have I seen that play out today? Was waiting for them. A few demonstrators broke through the police lines, but were quickly picked up and handcuffed. She says, Greta Thunberg said today that the activists need to do everything they can to avoid the crisis, the climate change crisis, and save human lives. And I have video here of the arrest being effected. Let me find you the clip here. I had her. I do. I have Greta. Here's angle 1 on the arrest of Greta Thunberg, environmental activist, just in her early 20s. She's been a rock and roll environmental superstar since her early teens. There she is. And they took her and carried her into that police vehicle. And here's angle number 2. Here we go. Is she smiling? She's smiling. She actually got arrested twice today. Because once just was not enough. But at least they didn't glue themselves to the pavement this time. And even though this shows her to be, it looks like she's in pain, I don't think so. When I saw the video, like that's one frame, but mostly she looked like she was smiling to me. So very much a similar kind of scenario, but two totally different causes. Greta Thunberg went to jail today. Back in Canada, here's some video of police in the Toronto area and Richmond Hill. Surveillance video, captured a break-in at this warehouse in real time, recording it while police happened on the scene and sort of foiled their plan. Pretty dramatic stuff. Check this out. It's the real deal, baby. So here they are. I think there were 11 of these guys, all masked up and ready to do their thing. Little crowbar action there, breaking open the door. In they go. They knew exactly what they were doing with those crowbars. They managed to get through the cage. Now they're in the warehouse. I guess they're going to go and do what they want to do. And uh-oh! Deputy Dog on the scene. One guy runs away. Cop's got his, I think he's got his firearm out. Yes, he does. He's ready to go in. In he goes. Tells this guy at the door to get down. He's telling those guys, police! I'm adding the audio. There's no audio on this. And these guys are going, oh my God, holy sh! And out they go. A side door. This guy's a straggler. Couldn't get out of there fast enough. So I'm not sure of all the details on that. I don't know. My guess is they got away because there was only one cop there. So cops must be looking for their suspects now, but that cop, pretty brave. Not an easy gig, breaking up a burglary in progress like that involving 11 dudes. Did you guys see this one from yesterday? This shows how unpopular Trudeau is. This is Trudeau leaving, his event in Calgary. This from Mocha Bezergan, formerly with Rebel News, now on his own. Let me bring this up and play this clip for you.
You just saw Trudeau's convoy. What are your thoughts on him?
I would say get him out of our country. He is not for Alberta. He is against us.
What do you make of the recent carbon tax hike?
Unbelievable. It's awful. People are starving and it's spiking the taxes. I'm not sure where a single mom or a single dad will go with this. So, yeah, I'm very, very disappointed in our people.
Yeah, that's Mocha doing his thing out there. So a lot of protests going on. What can I say? It's a world full of protests right now. Here's Iran's capital. People calling for revenge against Israel. Because of that strike on the embassy in Syria. Left 2 generals dead. 2 Iranian generals. You can see that another huge protest. Burning the Israeli flag. It says we expect our government to put Israel in its place. This person says 7 Iranians, among them 2 top generals, in a diplomatic building when Israeli missiles annihilated the embassy. Since October 7th, Israel is accused of Iran coordinating attacks on Israel. The incident threatens to escalate what is essentially being a shadow war between the 2 countries into a full-blown war. Iranians are expecting retaliation. Talking about the funerals, and Iran's leaders try to punish Israel, but not hit back hard enough to trigger a wider war. So we were talking about this a little bit last night with Kevin Michelizzi here on Maverick News. And it seems fairly evident that, we don't know. There's no direct information to tell us exactly what Israel was thinking when they launched that attack in Syria, but it would seem logical that the action was meant to escalate things to the point where they might bring the United States into the conflict in a larger way in order to bring in more resources. It's also, I think, fair to say that Israel, acting with some degree of special latitude being afforded them, hitting an embassy like that, normally something that would be condemned by all other nations. In this particular case, not so much. And the United States certainly has not condemned it at this point. The act itself not really getting that much media attention really here in the West, but it is an extremely significant event because it does create a situation where the conflict could easily spill over into a much broader conflict, even outside the Middle East, fueling or accelerating our journey toward a possible third world kinetic war. And that is a very real risk, make no mistake. While that's going on, here's video in Ukraine at a coffee shop where a Russian missile was detonated nearby. I'll show you this video. This is the reality of living in a time of war in a country that is being ripped apart by a war. Very, very lucky, these people. That was just the impact from the explosion some distance away. Shrapnel blew in the window. That's a mannequin there, by the way. That's not a human body. Still doing business, even as the window was blown in by that missile. Keeping in mind, these are not combatants, these are not soldiers, these are just civilians. It's truly a tragedy all the way around, all the civilians that have been impacted by this, people's lives. So many lives lost in both conflicts. Terrible. And I see so many similarities between what is going on in Canada right now with the protests, with attitudes, with even just the language being used. I don't think people realize how similar it is to the language and the events that took place in Ukraine prior to this war that we've seen unfold in the country. This language, these events, they ring so much like, it's just, I hear echoes of the Euromaidan uprising. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you might want to go and do a little bit of research and check that out. But if you do it, look at both sides of the story. Both sides, to get a clearer picture of what it's really all about and what the war in Ukraine is really all about. I encourage people to look at both sides. Watch one set of videos, then go look at videos from the other side to get a full picture, a full perspective. I think it's the fair, balanced, and healthy thing to do. I always try to look at all sides. But that's me. I'm a journalist. I'm old school that way. I don't really want to just look at one side because you just don't get the full perspective. Ah, boy. All right, let's talk about the eclipse. Some people are pretty worried about it. Even our governments are pretty worried about it. Many jurisdictions declaring states of emergency. We'll tell you why and how there could be major power fluctuations, or maybe worse, on Monday. Don't go away. I'll be right back.
Greetings, brave Mavericks. Our quest for truth continues. We go beyond fake news. Together we expose propaganda. Together we pull others out of rabbit holes. We are maverick thinkers. We are all unique individuals. Defenders of...
Well, that was weird. It just stopped running. Let's...
Greetings, brave Mavericks. Our quest for truth continues. We go beyond fake news. Together we expose propaganda. Together we pull others out of rabbit holes. We are maverick thinkers. We are all unique individuals. Defenders of individual rights and freedoms. Credible. Trusted. Grounded in reality. Maverick News. Maverick News. Defending free speech. Free speech. Donate at freedomreporters.com. Do it now. Tomorrow may be too late. Too late. Too late. Too late. Maverick News. The world is watching.
Okay, I'm back, and what you're going to look at here now is a live feed direct from Niagara Falls. There it is. The falls tonight, live. Why am I showing you the falls this evening? Because this is supposed to be one of the best places to watch the eclipse on Monday, April the 8th. A little bit of an internet lag there. We're getting some spinning of the circular internet wheel, the wheel of the internet, but that's what she looks like there tonight. And a lot of people going to locations just like Niagara Falls to witness what some are calling a once-in-a-lifetime event, even though eclipses do happen quite often. In this particular part of the world, it's just crossing over at just the right places for people to have optimal viewing. As a result, a lot of people concerned because there's a lot of talk about solar flares, magnetic energy waves, possible Carrington event, all of these kinds of things. Talk about the electrical grid, the infrastructure that we have, the electrical infrastructure possibly not being fortified enough to sustain electromagnetic radiation that might result from solar flares or solar energy that might be emanating from the sun at the time. It's entirely possible nothing bad will happen at all, but it appears something's going to happen because a lot of governments in various jurisdictions across the United States and Canada have been declaring states of emergency out of an abundance of caution, they say. Why would they be doing that? Well, it's going to get dark in some places, or darker, for a short period, a very short period, minutes. But as a result of that darkness, a lot of strange things might happen, according to some officials and some people who are even just speculating online. We ran some pretty wacky stuff last night, but this is a very real thing. Here in Ontario, Canada, Todd Smith, the Minister of Energy for the provincial government, which of course includes Niagara Falls on the Canadian side, he is saying that there will be enough energy lost because of the solar eclipse, the total eclipse on Monday, to power half of Toronto. That's how much power will be lost. And why is that? It's because when the eclipse happens and it goes dark, all the solar panels that have been put into place to generate power, they're going to lose power at that moment. And that's how much electricity will be lost collectively across the province where solar panels are set up. That's how much will not be going into the grid, so that's going to cause a power fluctuation. Let me bring up the Minister of Energy himself. He made a little video about it. You think I'm joking? Ain't no conspiracy theory. He's going to confirm it for us right here.
Get ready for an astronomical event of a lifetime.
Oh, he's so
On
excited.
Monday, April the 8th, a total solar eclipse will pass over southern Ontario. It's going to be an amazing sight, and it's one that Ontario's electricity system has been preparing for. That's because the path of the eclipse is right over the majority of the province's solar generation. In fact, Ontario's independent electricity system operator predicts a drop of up to 1,800 megawatts as a result of the eclipse. That's enough to power half the city of Toronto. But the impacts to our grid don't stop there. As darkness falls, people's lights will also turn on, increasing residential demand. But let me assure you, thanks to the experts that run our grid, Ontario is well prepared. Ontario is lucky to have a diverse electricity system that includes nuclear, hydroelectric, renewables, biomass, and natural gas, which is our insurance policy to keep the lights on, if needed, during an event like a solar eclipse, or on the hottest and coldest days of the year when the sun doesn't shine or the wind doesn't blow. So mark your calendars, Ontario, and prepare to witness history in the making with the comfort of knowing Ontario's grid is prepared.
I hope he's right. Because I don't want another another huge power disruption as a result of inadequate planning or something messed up. Let me just check the feed here. There we go. Everything's fine. I had a blackout there on the monitor that I was trying to, check the rumble feed on, but I think we're okay. And yeah, yesterday we ran that video of the guy on Twitter saying, "Oh yeah, go ahead, look at it." No, folks, I'm telling you, don't try it. Don't do it. Do not look directly at the eclipse. You risk going blind, having your sight damaged. Do not do it. Do you understand why? Like I'm just telling you, it's really, really stupid to do that. And the reason is because when the moon moves in front of the sun, the outside edge of the sun is still visible. And the solar radiation still makes its way to Earth. And you're sitting there and you're looking at that, and you don't realize that the sun is burning your eyeballs out. But that's what it does. It's because now you're able to look at it for a longer period of time, and your eyes are actually being damaged, and you don't realize it. And then people in the past who have done that, they don't go blind right away. They go blind later. Don't do it. And that's why they tell you, if you want to look at it, you need special glasses. Essentially, a certain kind of shade that you would use for welding. It's not unlike like a welding shield. For welding steel, when you do that, you're looking right at where you're going to weld, and then you get these sparks, and it's as bright as the sun, and you're looking right at it. You need a welder's shield so that it shields you from the ultraviolet radiation that can damage your eyes. So please, 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 please don't listen to these people who say you can look right at the sun. You shouldn't do that, okay? Doesn't matter what somebody on Twitter might have said yesterday. Don't do it. There, I've done my part to save somebody's eyes. Now, what time is it? Okay, we're getting along here in the evening. So let me just check and see if I've missed anything. I think we've got most of the bases covered, but I'm just going to check in on a couple of things here while we take a brief break, come back on the other side, and we'll continue.
Maverick News. Fighting for freedom.
So it was this big gunfight at that place in Florida. Just need to find my notes on that one. You know, and I don't know, man, like what's going to happen with this eclipse on Monday. Some people are saying that all kinds, there could be disruptions in cell phone service, and a lot of people are stocking up on foodstuffs, medical supplies. Some people think that might even be some bad actors out there who will take advantage of the moment to launch some sort of attack on us. I mean, I don't know. I just don't know. I'm hoping nothing happens, and I'm betting that if there are any disruptions at all, they will be minimal and short-lived. There are ongoing concerns about the vulnerability of our infrastructure. Hasn't been fortified. It is absolutely an Achilles heel for our country against cyber attacks, weather, terrorist attacks. I know they've got committees that look at this, utility companies also looking at it, but it's something that takes a lot of money, and I know that our infrastructure, our electrical infrastructure, is not in the best of shape. Needs upgrading. It has for a long time. So it is an area of vulnerability. We can talk about it more another night, perhaps. And yeah, I'm going to get you this information here now on this gunfight at this South Florida bar. Left 2 people dead in Miami, 7 injured. Investigators say a fight between customers broke out around 3:30 a.m. in the City Place Doral development in Doral, Florida. A security guard intervened. An unnamed man had a gun. He took it out, shot and killed the security guard. That according to police. 2 police officers who were also providing security returned fire, one of them killing the shooter. One of the officers, a 4-year veteran of the force, was shot in the thigh. And then even after he discharged his weapon, the cop was still providing cover. 6 other people were also hit by the gunfire, 4 men, 2 women. The wounded officer has since been released from hospital. The 6 bystanders all remain in hospital this evening. 2 of them are in critical condition. So we'll continue to follow that story as well. Now, if you are inclined to support the channel because you like what we do, you know you can do that by donating at maverickdonations.com through GiveSendGo or over through PayPal at freedomreporters.com. And of course, again, I'll mention that if you donate $30 or more, we can send you a t-shirt, or we still have some of these embroidered Maverick News shirts. $60 donation or more, and I'd be happy to send you one of those in any color you want, as long as it's black. Just tell me what size you need. And we do still have some of those 1/64th scale Batmobiles. Anybody that receives one of these shirts will get a complimentary 1/64th scale collectible Hot Wheels Batmobile along with that. Happy to send that out as well, as while supplies last. I don't have a lot of them, just a handful, and they are all the different Batmobiles through the years, including the animated series, the original well, that's not the original, but the 60s series Batmobile, Batman Returns, Batman, all of those, the Val Kilmer Batmobile. So I've got a bunch of them, all the different ones. So happy to send those out. Now, folks, that gets us to 9:37, and with that, I'm going to probably wrap it up around here now, but I don't know. Do you guys want me to go to the phones shortly? I'll leave that open here for a moment. You tell me. I'll tell you what, I'll run a little promo here. I'll look in the chat if you guys want phone service tonight. If you have stuff you want to add, I'll let you say so in the comments. But I have an announcement to make before I sign off tonight. So stick around, and I'll tell you what it is when I come back.
We are Mavericks. We say no to the Trudeau and Biden New World Order. And to bugs. Because bugs are creepy and gross. And people should not eat bugs. Maverick News. The world is watching.
Hey, no! It's too much!
Carol says, yes, please. Jesse says she's got something to add. Okay, well, we'll go to the phones. I don't want to spend a lot of time on the phones tonight because I'll make my announcement now. I'm leaving. I'm getting the heck out of the country. I'm getting out of here. I have a trip that I have to take, so there will be no program tomorrow night. There may not be a program here for better part of over a week, because I got to get out of Dodge. I'm going on a trip, so just letting you know. I have a place to go and not much time to get ready to go there. And I've been behind on my work, so I'm trying to catch up before I have to leave. And I'm leaving tomorrow. So here's, I will put the banner up here with the phone number. Let me edit that. Yep, that's good. There's the phone number, 1-519-401-1373, and I'll run the promo for you now so you can call in and get involved in the conversation. Okay, Mavericks, it's call-in time. Join the conversation. Call now, 1-519-401-1373. One 519-401-1373. Exercise your right to free speech. That's 1-519-401-1373. That's 1-519-401-1373. Maverick News. Call now. The world is watching and listening to you. Okay, here I am. Call now, call often, 519-401-1373. You know, there's a world's new oldest man in the world. Yesterday we told you that the world's oldest man died. I think he was 116, I believe. So now the new world's oldest man is 111. He's been given this Guinness Book of World Records title. His name is John Alfred Tenniswood. He's 111. He's from London, England. Says that the secret to longevity is not to do too much of any one thing, and he eats fish and chips once a week. There, check it out. There he is. There's the man. 111. Can you believe that? And he says, no, but it's all about luck, too. He's just lucky to be alive at 111. And he says, some people live longer than other people. There's not a whole lot you can do about it one way or the other. John Tennyson. Rarely drinks, doesn't smoke, and eats fish and chips every Friday. Now, I don't know if it's the fish and chips or it's the attitude. I think a lot of it has to do with a mindset, you know, being positive about things. That's like my dad. So positive about everything. Doesn't have a care in the world, it seems sometimes. Just always everything rolls off his back. I'm not like him. Not at all. I'm always worried about things. Always worried about what's going on. Yeah, they're expecting like 1 million visitors in Niagara Falls for this eclipse on Monday. 1 million people. It's going to be quite the event, I guess. Personally, I'm not likely to be here looking up at the sun at that time, because I ain't going to be here. I'm going to be somewhere else. 519-401-1373. If you said you wanted to call, now's the time. Let me just check the comments here. Yeah, SW says Dick Van Dyke is still alive. And Miss J says he looks great. I guess maybe he does. Yeah, let me see. I'm going to check the Rumble chat here as well. What's going on over here in the Rumble chat? No show on Eclipse Day? Yeah, I don't know. Highly unlikely, because I think I'll still be traveling on Monday. So I may not be able to join you guys. I may join you from time to time when I get to my destination, but I don't know if there will even be internet available. I just don't know. And I could tell you all where I'm going, but it's top secret. Then I'd have to kill you all. Joking! No. Yeah. Yeah, it's been, I haven't really taken time off in years. All right, let's go to the phones and see who our first caller of the night is. Hello, who's this on the line?
It's Sandy.
Well, hello, Sandy. How are you tonight?
I'm gonna miss you.
Oh, well, I'm going to miss all you guys, too.
I hope you come back.
Well, we'll see if they let me back in the country.
I owe you, brother.
Why do you owe me?
I owe you a donation, big time.
Oh, no. I just appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate the support. Just having you guys out there. And of course, I mean, I appreciate the donations too. Obviously, it helps us pay the bills. But Sandy, it's just good to have you call in.
Thank you. I've been pissed off.
You and a lot of other Canadians and Americans, for that matter.
I'm pissed off because, like, I'm cluing in.
You're cluing in? You're cluing in, you say?
Yeah, I'm cluing in.
Yeah.
I'm learning about the way this government that we so-called have is going.
Yeah.
It scares me. I'm concerned, and I may be behind you when I'm leaving.
Yeah, well, I think when you leave, though, you have plans to kind of leave more permanently, right?
Absolutely.
What's that?
Absolutely.
Yeah. You're going to start a new life, I think.
Romeo.
Good for you.
I know. Well, it's been a challenge and a journey. Like, you know what? Life is a journey.
It certainly is. And
Life is a journey, but all this protesting going on, it's pissing me off. They're wearing flags that they don't even know or understand about it. They're protesting and they don't know about it or even understand about it, why they're protesting.
Which protest are you referring to,
All
Sandy?
of them. The world.
Oh, all of them.
The world. The world is protesting. Oh, the one that you played earlier with the guy with wearing the flag.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going on a hunger strike. Well, good luck with that. Right?
I don't know what to say about it. I don't really know enough about him or what he's been saying or exactly what he stands for, so I couldn't really comment. All I know is he said that, I guess he said, Hamas is a terrorist organization. Bam, got arrested. That's what he says happened, but I can only show you the video clips that were available,
what it
right?
is? I think it's a lot of verbal protesting and showing the phone. Like, I'm from Toronto. My sisters, we were all born in Toronto. Okay? I was watching the past week since Easter, all the protesting going on over there in Toronto. There are people that are scared to go to work because of what's going on over there. And who's allowing it? Well, we all know who's allowing it. I'm not going to say his name. Mr. Fancy Socks. Right?
Well, people have a right to protest, though, so what are you going to do?
Well, yeah, you have a right to protest, but why now? Why are they doing it? Like, it's beyond my control. I don't even protest. I've never protested in my life.
Would it bother you if it was for a different cause, but the actions were the same? If they were,
I think it would because, like Greta Thunberg, I watched her, I follow her, and they chant "not alone." She's not alone. It's a positive protest.
that's a positive protest. So, but I'm not sure I follow you. So that didn't bother you, that protest?
It didn't bother me that much. When they were dragging her away, she's been arrested more than twice.
Yeah, she was arrested twice at that one protest the same day. That's what I was saying.
She was arrested like when she was like 10. This girl.
She's been arrested lots of times. She's a professional protester. That's what she is.
She's a pro, right?
That's what she is.
She's also against climate. She's against the climate. I signed a petition in my church a while ago, and they were against it. It was for a climate crisis.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of crisis going on.
So you're a Greta Thunberg supporter?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so you're concerned about climate change?
Yes, I am.
Okay. And
every day, like I went out last Thursday, and last Thursday was my birthday. I went out and it was a blowing snow. It was like cloudy, gray, dark, blowing snow. And I'm like, okay, I'm going home now. So it's like every day is something different of weather.
yeah, that's Mother Nature.
Mother Nature.
It changes from day to day.
It's changing all
we have
over
4
the
seasons.
world, though. Like Japan recently, back in January, okay, I was watching something and I'm like, is this real or is this artificial? Like, I don't know. Why are all these dead fish floating up the sea of Japan? and it was dead fish.
Yeah, I've seen things like that happen over the years, even in the Great Lakes. Massive
Great
fish
Lakes?
die-offs. I've seen that happen. Years ago, I've covered things like that where suddenly thousands of fish would just wash up on the shore, dead.
Dead for
Yeah.
no reason.
Well, there's a reason for it. There's always a reason.
Maybe there's a nuclear plant close by.
No, it's usually some sort of a. I've seen algae blooms. I think where it sucks oxygen out of the water, the algae and the food becomes toxic. Sometimes for the fish, there are natural occurrences that happen that can result in massive fish die-offs like that.
Do you know what kind of fish they were? Schmelts.
Yeah.
Maybe they were over migrated. I don't know.
So it does happen from time to time.
Yeah, it's bizarre. It's weird, and it's like when you go outside, like I know when you walk Cosmo, and it's like, well, what's it gonna be like today? Do I need a hat? I wear a hat almost every day for weather, and like just blowing snow, and and then I come home and it's like raining, and then I'm like, oh, it's freezing rain now. Oh, okay, I'm going home, right?
Yeah.
It's just bizarre weather we've been having. It's climate change. Because we don't know anymore from one day to the next. Like tomorrow, Sunday, it could be like sunny and 30 degrees. Like, do you know what it's going to be like next week?
Well, I don't know. Does the weatherman know?
Who's the weatherman?
Well, I'm any meteorologist. Does Environment Canada know what the weather's going to be?
I look at it, God.
You know, I could be a weatherman or a weather person, whatever. Right? I could be a weather person. Easy, you know. You know what? All you have to do is you get up there and you say, "Well, it was pretty nice today. It was sunny and the sky was clear, not too many clouds. And tomorrow, it might rain." It might not. There's a 50% chance of rain tomorrow, and then you're not wrong.
Yeah.
It might rain. It might not.
I dress in all weather: winter, spring, summer, fall. I dress in it.
Yeah.
You know, like wind, rain, snow, sleet, hail. Like, look at our mail posties we get. They dress in every weather.
Well, that's because they're a resilient lot, those posties. They're like, you know, because the mail must go through in sleet and snow and hail, rainstorms.
I know.
Yeah.
And I was watching your reel a while ago with the Alberta thing, and I'm like, that's what pissed me off, because it just pisses me off the way they talk, and the verbalization and the mouth and the language. And
you mean the way they were sort of taunting police? They
were taunting the police.
That you didn't like that.
Well, keep it up, because maybe one day you may need a police and he may not be there.
Yeah. Listen, Sandy, I'm going to sign off. I've got another call coming in, okay?
Absolutely. I wish you well, my friend.
Thank you. Okay, got to pick up the line. Thank you.
I hope all goes well for you.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Go ahead. You're on the air. You still there? Oh, I think we lost the call. Let's take another quick break, and we'll let that person call back in. I'll pick it up on the other side. Here's the number. Okay, Mavericks, it's call-in time. Join the conversation. Call now, 1-519-401-1373. One 519-401-1373. Exercise your right to free speech. That's 1-519-401-1373. That's 1-519-401-1373. Maverick News. Call now. The world is watching and listening to you. Okay, and we have our next caller on the line. Who's with us now? Oh, they hung up. Well, that's unfortunate. That's two callers that we just dropped off the line there. I'll let it roll here for a minute or two longer. We had a couple of people that wanted to call in, and we lost their calls. Let's try it again. Here we go. Hi there. Who's on the line? Go ahead. You're on the air.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, who's on the line? Who's with us?
Oh, just say it's John, another John.
Okay.
I'm wondering on the chat that was always showing up on Rumble or YouTube on the channel, but now I can't see no chat or nothing. Is that something on your side that I was blocked or something, or what's going on there?
You mean tonight?
No, always. Well, I've been in Quebec for I was in Quebec for 3 months, and I watched you, and the chat was good all the time. And then I had a little discussion with Linda 08, whoever that is, your moderator or whatever. And when I get back home to Nova Scotia, I can't see no chat no more on anything. So it's kind of weird.
What's the name on the screen for your name?
Crookshanks.
What is it?
Crookshanks.
Okay, spell it for me, and I'll.
Cruksanks.
Okay.
And I only commented a few times on the chat, and I usually never do. But yeah, it was weird.
Well, we had a little bit of a.
It was when
an episode.
Most of and all of them were on there like that and saying different things and all those things, and I was just asking a few questions about different things to see what was going on, and yeah, that was it.
Okay.
So I'm wondering why I was blocked, because I've been watching you since day one when the Freedom Fighters were on, and I'm not a shit disturber. I'm not nothing. I'm a Christian, and yeah, it's weird.
Sure. Well, I'll look into it for you.
All right, I appreciate it, and I love your show. Everything is great, man.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that very much.
Kevin from Russia, there, the guy that's always on. I mean, that guy is #1. Like, it's amazing.
Yeah, he's connected over there. He's, I think, fair and balanced and credible.
Yeah, he's down to earth, same as yourself. Like, it's beautiful when you guys get on together.
Yeah, I really like Kevin. He's I really appreciate what he does, because it's very difficult to find these days somebody who is fair and balanced in the approach.
He speaks with his heart.
Yeah, well, I think he speaks with his head, honestly.
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah, that's
right. Which is the most important thing. And like me, I think he likes to deal in facts and not just spin up a narrative or pick a side and just hold on to that. Regardless, that's not truth. So
no, exactly.
I truly appreciate what he does, and that's important these days, now more than ever.
Yeah. And same for yourself. So
thank you.
Yeah,
I appreciate that very much.
All right. Well, that's all I need to know right now, Rick. And
okay.
If you can find out on that.
Well, I'll certainly look into it for you, and
touch base.
I'll see what I can do to help you out there, sir.
All right, there, buddy.
All right. Thank you.
Take care, Rick.
You too. Take care. Bye for now.
Yeah, bye.
Okay, and I'll hang in there for another minute or two, because I know there were a couple of other people that wanted to call. I do have to pack, so that's one of the reasons I have to get going soon. But I will hold the lines open here for a few more minutes if anybody else wants to join the conversation. So yeah, I'm getting out of here. So no show tomorrow or the next day, I would say. I don't know if I'll be able to do anything while I'm away or not. I am going to be shooting stuff, I think, while I'm away, that I'll be bringing back to put into post-production and get you some special content when I do return. And so I'm looking forward to doing that for you. But as far as, the regular broadcasts over the next week, things are going to be disrupted for sure. So that's all I can say about that at the moment. All right, let's pick up the line and grab the next caller. Who do we have on the line now?
Rick, you get the same guy, John.
Oh.
Just two things I want to mention. Like the first two times I called in, it went right to voicemail and wanted me to leave a message. I don't know if that's.
Yeah, it's because I've had to change the phone system because the other systems were so expensive, and so now you're really just calling into a single line, and if I can't pick it up because there's somebody already on, then it goes to voicemail. So just call back.
Okay, I got it.
Just keep on calling until you get through. That's all you really need to do. And I'm glad that you mentioned that because now, we're still on the air, so people understand as well if they're watching.
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and have a great trip.
Thank you.
Have a wonderful vacation, and we'll see you in a week.
I'll be back I've got a new passport, so as long as they let me in the country, I will return. I just don't know I don't know what marching orders Justin will leave the Canada Border Service guards when I get back to the border. I don't know what he'll have them do to me.
Oh, that's right. Don't wear your red goose shirt, and you'll be fine.
All right, thank you. Have a great night.
Rick.
Okay,
Take care, buddy.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Yeah, I think it'll all work out. I think so. And with that, folks, I think we will wrap it up for the evening so I can go pack and finish up some work here that I have to do tonight because I have to get up early and get on the road for this journey. It's a family thing actually too, but it's going to be a partial working excursion as well. So I'll be able to share some of what I see and experience and learn while I'm away. And I'm going to miss sitting here. It's, I have to say, I should share this with you. This is the weirdest time for me. I used to travel a lot, and I've never had an experience like this in my life. I have to admit, I'm a little bit anxious, nervous about this trip. I've never been like this in my life. And it's just reinforcing for me the negative impacts of the pandemic and the lockdowns and the political turmoil that we've all been subjected to over the past 4 years. I have not been over that border since the pandemic hit. And it's really struck me in the last couple of days how much of an impact it's had on all of us, because I'm seeing the impact that it's even having on me psychologically, leaving the house, leaving the city, leaving the country, leaving for the first time in, 4 years or so. And, I consider myself to be, somewhat fortified, resilient, mentally sound. And yet here I sit, I don't know, it's just an uneasy feeling that I really have. I don't want to go because I've just become so cocooned, like so many of you and so many other people around the world, really. But as a Canadian, I can really relate to you guys and to my American friends and neighbors. It's been a very challenging 4 years. Things are sort of getting back to a place of normal, but not really. Even with this trip, it's something that I would have done without any hesitation prior to the pandemic. No big deal. Cross the border, whatever, get on a plane, travel here, travel there, travel for work. This time, it just feels So weird. And I mean, I'm going to be traveling during the eclipse. I'm going to be traveling out of country. I had to get a new passport or renew my passport for this. And it just feels very strange. Nervous because of all the crap that I've seen happen to people at the border over the past few years. Nervous because I don't know what's going to happen in the world while I'm gone. What's going to happen with these wars. What's going to happen with the airplane. We've seen all these mishaps with airplanes in the past month or so, with doors flying off and bolts becoming dislodged and crazy people storming cockpits. I have to admit, it's in the back of my mind. Strange times. Volatile times. Also, I should mention that I think the U.S. government, in fact, I know that U.S. government, the intelligence services have increased the alert for a possible terror attack on domestic soil right now in response to what's been happening in the Middle East, specifically what happened in Syria. And this is all happening, this heightened alert, at a time when a lot of people are traveling as well for the eclipse. So, just very strange times. And it's not, I'm not complaining or anything for me. I'm just empathizing with all of you because I realize through my personal experience what everybody is going through. So, just want to let you know I can relate. I can relate, and it's as Sandy said, life is a journey, and this is part of the journey. This is a piece of history, a time in history that we're all going through together, a time that we'll carry with us into our golden years, share with our kids, our grandkids, our great-grandkids. We survived the pandemic. But it's not easy, is it? But it'll be good to do this because we all need to break out of that shell, get out of the cocoon, get back into the world, and reassert our agency, reaffirm our confidence, seize the day. That's what I'm going to do. I hope you do too. Love you guys. I'll see you when I get back. On the flip side.
This has been a Maverick Multimedia production.